The sound of tearing fabric cut through the briefing room. Lieutenant Brad Steele gripped Sergeant Rachel Cooper's medical blouse and ripped it from collar to chest. "I don't need a babysitter." His voice thundered, spit flying. Rachel stood frozen, her 5 feet 2 inches frame dwarfed by the towering operator, trembling hands clutching her medical kit. 12 SEAL operators circled her, eyes cold and calculating. One kicked a metal chair across the room. It crashed inches from Rachel's head. "Listen up, Band-Aid girl." Steele stepped closer, breath reeking of tobacco and whiskey. "Tomorrow, we're running patrol through Sector 7. You'll be dead in 5 minutes. And I'm not letting my boys risk their lives saving some worthless medic." His hand shot out, grabbing her collar and lifting her off the ground. Rachel didn't cry out. Her brown eyes locked onto his despite the fear. But within 24 hours, this man would be beneath her hands with his intestines spilling onto Afghan dirt, begging her to save his life. Steele released his grip. Rachel dropped to the floor, knees cracking against concrete. She straightened slowly, adjusting her torn uniform with shaking hands. Colonel Sarah Winters strode in, sharp eyes taking in the scene. "What the hell is going on here?" Steele straightened. "Colonel, we need a real combat medic, not this liability. She's going to get good men killed." "Sergeant Cooper stays." "That's a direct order, Lieutenant." The SEALs erupted in angry mutters. One grabbed a water bottle and hurled it near Rachel's head. Water exploded across the concrete. One more outburst, and you'll be explaining to Admiral Morrison why his premier team can't follow orders. Dismissed. The SEALs filed out, each bumping Rachel's shoulder as they passed. Steele leaned down, lips inches from her ear. "You better pray tomorrow goes smooth. Because if one of my boys gets hurt because of you..." He let the threat hang. Winters waited until the door closed. "I know what they did was wrong, Sergeant, but I need you on this mission. Can you handle it?" "Yes, ma'am." The medical supply room was Rachel's sanctuary. She laid out her tactical kit with practiced precision. Hemostatic agents, emergency surgical instruments, synthetic blood substitutes. Her fingers moved with efficiency born of countless hours under fire. "That's not standard issue." Petty Officer Marcus Williams stood in the doorway. He stepped closer, noting how she tested each tourniquet, the extra surgical supplies, the small vial of ketamine hidden among the morphine. "That scar on your arm, that's not from an IED. Too precise." Rachel pulled her sleeve down. "Training accident." Williams didn't push, but she could see the questions in his eyes. Range time came, and the SEALs made sure Rachel was last. They took positions with casual arrogance, shots grouping tight at 300 meters. When Rachel's turn came, Jenkins kicked her ammo can, scattering rounds. "Oops. Butterfingers." Rachel collected the ammunition methodically, loaded her magazine, then took position. Something shifted in the air. 5 shots, 5 seconds. The range master ran the target back. 5 holes so tightly grouped they looked like one ragged wound. All headshots at 300 meters. "Lucky shots," Jenkins muttered. But Steele was staring at Rachel's stance, at shooting fundamentals that took years to perfect. That evening, someone upended hot sauce over Rachel's tray. Corporal Lisa Park slid a napkin across the table. "What they're doing isn't right." "I've had worse," Rachel replied flatly. Lisa leaned closer. "Building 3 basement. There's something there you should see. Just be careful tomorrow." The pre-dawn briefing outlined a presence patrol through Sector 7, the Tangi Valley, perfect ambush country. As Winters concluded, Rachel raised her jaw. "Ma'am, the route takes us through a natural choke point. Shouldn't we consider?" Rachel's hands moved without hesitation, cutting away his gear. It was catastrophically bad. From her kit, she pulled supplies no regular medic carried. Ketamine went in first. "Listen to me. This is going to hurt like nothing you've ever felt. But you're going to live." Her hands worked with speed and precision born of darker places, packing the wound. Clamping B-steel cut her off with a bark of laughter. "The medic wants to play tactician now. Stick to your lane, Cooper." Rachel was assigned to the last vehicle, tail end Charlie, the most vulnerable position. As the convoy rolled out, she found a folded note in her kit from Lisa, "Building 3 basement. if you need proof. The Tangi Valley opened before them. Rachel keyed her radio. Red 1, recommend we. Red 4, maintain radio discipline. Steel snapped. The world exploded. The IED detonated under the second vehicle, lifting it into the air. Then the mountains erupted with small arms fire. Contact! Contact! 360 degrees. Rachel was out of the vehicle before conscious thought caught up, moving toward the destroyed Humvee as bullets snapped past. Inside the burning vehicle, she could see movement. Without hesitation, she dove through the twisted doorframe, dragged out the first seal, then dove back for the second. As she cleared the vehicle, it exploded, throwing her forward. She covered the wounded with her body as shrapnel whistled overhead. Medic! The cry came from the lead vehicle. Rachel moved from cover to cover, timing movements with enemy fire patterns. When she reached the lead vehicle, she found Steele down, abdomen torn open, intestines spilling out. His eyes held terror and pain. Help me, please. Leaders, suturing intestines, a procedure that should have been impossible under fire. But the enemy fire was intensifying. Rachel switched her radio to a frequency she shouldn't have known. Firehawk 6, this is Ghost 71. Troops in contact. Danger close fire mission. Silence, then Ghost 71. Authenticate. Echo Charlie. She rattled off an authentication code burned into her memory 3 years ago. Ghost 71, Firehawk 6. Rounds inbound. 30 seconds. All red elements take cover. Artillery inbound. Danger close. Rachel threw herself over Steele as the world turned to thunder and flame. The barrage was precisely placed, walking up the ridge lines. It was the kind of fire direction that took years to master. The artillery broke the ambush, but the fight wasn't over. Taliban fighters began to regroup. Rachel could hear their commanders in Pashto, another skill not in her official file. Ghost 71, Firehawk 6. Second mission ready. But the Taliban were too close now. Negative on second mission. Friendlies and enemies intermingled. Dust off 33, Ghost 71. I need immediate medevac. Multiple category alpha casualties. Hot, LZ. How copy? Ghost 71, dust off 33. Roger. ETA 8 mics. 8 minutes. They wouldn't last without something changing. Master Chief Rodriguez appeared at her side, blood streaming from his temple. Cooper, that fire mission was textbook? Where the hell did you? A Dragunov sniper rifle cracked. A seal crumpled. Rachel grabbed the nearest rifle with a scope and found a position. Through the scope, she could see the muzzle flash. The shot was difficult, uphill through smoke. She took a breath, let half out, and squeezed. 400 meters away, the Taliban sniper slumped. Jesus Christ, Jenkins Briatid. That was... The Taliban made their final push. Rachel pulled out her tactical tablet again. All red elements, marking enemy positions with IR laser. Keep your heads down. She produced an infrared laser designator, painting Taliban positions. High above, an AC-130 received new targeting data. Ghost 71. Spooky 41 has your sparkle. Cleared hot. Spooky 41. Ghost 71. Cleared hot. Bring the rain. The night turned to day as the gunship's weapons opened up. The 25mm Gatling gun sounded like God clearing his throat. The human wave assault disintegrated under overwhelming firepower. Dust off 33, 1 minute out. The Black Hawk touchdown. The SEALs formed a perimeter, laying down suppressing fire. Steele went first. As they loaded him, he grabbed Rachel's arm. Cooper, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Save your strength, Lieutenant. You can apologize when you're not holding your guts in. More helicopters arrived. As they lifted off, Jenkins sat across from Rachel, staring. That frequency you used. Those call signs. Ghost 71. That's classified. Rachel finished. And it's going to stay that way. The way you moved, the shooting, the medical procedures. Who are you really? Rachel looked out at the Afghan mountains falling away. I'm someone who made a promise to always bring everyone home, no matter what it cost. At the field hospital, the receiving surgeon examined Steele's sutures, shaking his head. You performed a bowel repair under fire with basic field equipment. This is work I'd expect from a trauma surgeon, not a field medic. Where did you train? Here and there. Rachel deflected. Colonel Winters pulled her aside. I've been receiving interesting radio transcripts. Authentication codes that shouldn't exist. Call sign supposedly retired 3 years ago. She opened a folder marked with classification stamps. So I did some digging. Imagine my surprise when they confirmed Ghost 71 was real, but listed as Kia 3 years ago. Rachel remained silent. Your past was buried, but actions like today resurrect the dead. For now, nothing. The after-action report will reflect exemplary performance. But Rachel, the SEALs know. You've gone from pariah to patron saint in one firefight. Doc Williams entered. Steele's out of surgery. He's stable. The surgeon said your field repair saved his life. Another 10 minutes, and... He shook his head. Master Chief Rodriguez found Rachel in the barracks that night. I knew a ghost once. Different number. Watched him call in danger close air support while dragging Marines to safety. Same impossible calm you showed today. He paused. They told us he died in a training accident 3 years ago. All the ghosts did. Whole unit wiped out. Training accidents happen, Rachel said. Yeah, except their bodies were never returned. Just empty coffins and folded flags. Rodriguez studied her. Steele's alive because of you. That's all that matters to me. But that basement in Building 3, be careful. Some answers cost more than they're worth. Jenkins came at 0600. I was the biggest asshole to you. We all were. I threw your gear, mocked you, made your life hell. Then you saved us. What? Because you were my team. Your lives became my responsibility. Everything else is noise when bullets start flying. I'm putting you in for Silver Star. I don't want medals. I want to do my job without proving myself every damn day. You'll get it. Nobody who saw what you did will ever question your place again. Rachel made her decision. Building 3's basement, whatever secrets it held, she needed to know. The basement was larger than expected. File cabinets lined one wall, but the far wall made her breath catch. Photographs, dozens of them. Ghost operators. Her brothers and sisters in arms, the ones supposedly dead. I knew you'd come. Lisa's voice from the shadows. Been collecting these for 2 years. Every time impossible shots get made or miraculous medical saves happen. The ghosts aren't dead, are they? Rachel examined the photos. Operations in places that never made the news. They scattered after that night. Became different people. But warriors don't forget their training. Operation Twilight Hammer. Ring any bells? Lisa moved to another board covered in redacted documents. The name hit like a physical blow. We were betrayed. The intel was deliberately false. The compound was a trap. We lost 8 that night. The rest were given a choice. Die officially and disappear, or die for real. New identities, new lives. But we could never be ghosts again. My brother was Ghost 9, Lisa said quietly. He didn't make it out. Footsteps on the stairs, multiple contacts. Doc Williams appeared, followed by Rodriguez and 3 SEALs. Figured we'd find you here. You saved our asses, Williams said. That makes your problems our problems. He looked at the photographs. This is about the ghosts, isn't it? Another voice came from the stairs. What happened was a black operation that went exactly as planned. A man in civilian clothes descended. General Thomas Morrison, Deputy Director of Special Operations Command. The man who'd sent her unit to die. General, Rachel's voice was steady despite building rage. Come to finish what you started? Morrison smiled coldly. On the contrary, your performance yesterday gave me exactly what I needed. The real traitors are still out there, selling operational intelligence. We needed bait. Ghosts who would draw the traitors out. He showed satellite imagery. Your convoy wasn't randomly attacked. Someone wanted to confirm if Ghost 71 was really Rachel Cooper. Now they know. You used me as bait. Morrison shrugged. You volunteered for hazardous duty. This is just another form of service. The people hunting ghosts don't care about collateral damage. So what now? Rodriguez asked. Now we hunt. The ghosts are being reactivated. Sergeant Cooper's display forced our enemies to move. They'll try to eliminate her, but they don't know she's not alone anymore. He looked at each of them. You want the truth? Help us find it. We're in, Rodriguez said simply. Morrison turned to Rachel. Ghost 71, your official death is being reversed. Your team needs you. Will you answer the call? Rachel thought of 3 years hiding, pretending to be less than she was. Of the ghosts who died and the ones still scattered. Of the traitors still free. When do we start? Transport arrives in 6 hours. Rachel found Steele in a private room, machines keeping him alive. His eyes opened as she entered. Cooper, they said I died twice on the table. Your surgery was the only thing that kept me stable. He struggled to sit up. I was wrong about everything. You're more warrior than I'll ever be. I heard the comms. Ghost 71. I know what that means. His eyes held genuine remorse. I'm sorry for everything. We all have our ghosts, Lieutenant. The trick is learning to live with them. His hand caught hers. Will I see you again? She squeezed gently. Take care of yourself, Steele. Take care of the team. Remember, real strength is about being willing to bleed for the person next to you, even when they don't deserve it. The morning sun broke over the mountains as Rachel stood on the flight line. The SEALs who'd volunteered stood with her, a band of brothers forged in fire. Lisa was there too, her brother's dog tags visible. What do we call you now? Jenkins asked. Call me what I've always been, a warrior who keeps her promises. The black helicopter touched down. As it lifted off, Rachel took one last look at FOB Chapman. Below, she saw Building 3, its secrets now part of a larger web. But then she spotted a figure on the TOC roof, watching them leave. Another ghost? Or one of the traitors? She filed the image away. The war wasn't over. It had just changed battlefields. The radio crackled with encrypted chatter. Then one transmission made her blood run cold. Ghost 71, this is Ghost 33. Welcome back to the land of the living. We've been waiting. Williams looked at her with raised eyebrows. Ghost 33 was reported Kia in Twilight Hammer. Rachel nodded slowly. So was I. Death is negotiable in our line of work. She turned to her new team. Last chance to back out. Where we're going, there's no coming back. Rodriguez spoke for all of them. We've got your 6, Ghost. Lead the way. The helicopter carried them toward an unrecorded war. For Rachel Cooper, Ghost 71, it felt like coming home. You can't kill what refuses to die. Her fingers found an unexpected note. The ambush was just the beginning. Trust no one. G-17. Ghost 17. Another survivor. Another puzzle piece. The game was more complex than even Morrison had revealed. But today she was airborne, armed, and surrounded by proven warriors. Today the hunt began. Real warriors are forged in silence, revealed in chaos, and defined by what they do when no one's watching.